Welcome to an episode of the Prolific Hangout. Here with yours truly, MV Pro. Now, let's get into it. On this channel, we're going to be discussing sports, music, movie reviews, music artists' opinions, stuff like that. I'm going to even share some of my personal hood stories with y'all, so y'all in for a treat with that. But, for my first topic, I was going through, categories of what I might do. And I actually made a video the other day on John Harbaugh. Because you see, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. So I did a video about John Harbaugh and also these delusional Giants fans. So with all that being said, I'm going to just let it go off the cuff. Because dealing with him, I had a lot to get out. I had a lot to say because I basically feel like this dude ruined Lamar Jackson's career. Possibly. And I say possibly because Lamar been in the game since what, 2018? That's 8 years ago. Been injured, surgeries, his body breaking down. He don't even run as much as he used to. If you notice that about Lamar's game, he don't run as much as he used to. And I think it's because of injuries, and he also want to prove that he could throw the ball as well. But with all that being said, they had him behind a trash offensive line. And everybody knows that if he had a good offensive line, he'll be straight. Ain't no telling how far he would have took it, but he definitely would have made it to the AFC Championship consistently. And even maybe a Super Bowl if he had a good to a great, basically a competent offensive line. But Mr. John Harbaugh, matter of fact, I don't even want to call him Mr. I'm going to just say John Harbaugh. Put Falele out there talking about that's his guy. Put Andrew Voorhees out there. And saw these dudes was terrible. They was getting Lamar lit up out there. And he played them anyway, and he was content with that. And he got to be delusional talking about that's the best guys we got on the field that's playing. Either he's delusional or he just basically insulting our intelligence. The fans that's at the end of the bar. We was saying this. We sitting back and we watching this. And he decided that he wanted to keep playing for Lele. So now he goes to the Giants and he takes Isaiah Likely over there with him, basically. Why he ain't take Falele or Zachary Orr? I'm gonna get to Zachary Orr too, because I also want to discuss his situation, but I'm gonna get to him in a minute. Well, a few minutes maybe. So anyway, so you got John Harbaugh, right? Listen, this got to be the luckiest man in the NFL, probably in sports. He was a special teams coach. The lowest point of a football team. And yeah, I'm saying it. Everybody knows. Yeah, special teams, they do matter because it's a part of the team. But at the same time, like special teams ain't offense or defense. In order for you to know what you're going to tell a person on special teams, line up right, make sure you catch the ball, or make sure you block. Easy, simple stuff. I could do that. But when you gotta, be a coach for the offense and defense, you really gotta coach and come up with plays and strategies on how to do what and how to move players around. John Harbaugh didn't have that type of mindset. And I'm tired of people, I guess they don't, we living in an age now, I guess nobody want to be too mean. And I don't like when people use that word anyway, but I'm tired of people coming out and saying, John Harbaugh, he's a good coach. He's not a bad coach. But his message got stale in the locker room. I heard a lot of people say that, the same thing. But let me tell you, the dude is a bad coach. He shouldn't even be allowed to coach a high school football team. That's how bad he is. I could make a whole playlist right now, or even a video showing all his blunders and botches, to where he made bad fourth down decisions, when he threw challenge flags when the play was obviously a L for us, and he still would throw challenge flags. One time he even threw one out by accident, like right in the middle of the field. And then on top of that, he playing the wrong players and playing players out of position. As soon as a player get hot, he take them out the game. Come on now, like, I can't even think of one good thing about John Harbaugh that he's done good. And a lot of people been talking about him lately too, because he in the headlines for saying some nonsense again. But Giants fans is gonna see what's coming. But right back to his blunders and all of his botches. I want to get to that. That's what I want to discuss. This is the same dude. The same guy that said he was gonna hire a game manager. And he got so much backlash for that, it was just dropped altogether. He needed a game manager because he can't manage the game or coach. That's... He don't get the players riled up and people talking about... I was watching a review the other day about John Harbaugh. And this dude was like, yeah, he's good. He could get his team to play for him, get players to play for him. How? I seen Mike Tomlin do it. Matter of fact, since we on Mike Tomlin, in that game we just recently had against the Steelers, not recently, but our last game against them, you saw Mike Tomlin on the sideline, the players getting hyped up with him, he getting them hyped up. That's a real coach. When you look at John Harbaugh on the sideline, when his team is down, he just sitting there with that stupid look on his face. He ain't getting them riled up and giving advice and being motivational to them. I always see Mike Tomlin doing that. Mike Tomlin is a football guy. And even he had the honor to step down. He always made it to the playoffs. Yeah, they might not have done nothing in the playoffs, the Pittsburgh Steelers, but they wasn't giving him no good quarterbacks. That's straight up and down. Like, he might have made some bad decisions according to the Steelers fans, I'm pretty sure, because ain't no coach perfect. But he's a football guy. He could get his team riled up and get them ready to play for him and lay it all down on the line. I never seen John Harbaugh do that. Like I said, this is the same dude that needed to hire a game manager. Matter of fact, ain't this the same guy that asked Lamar on fourth down, hey Lamar, what do you want to do? You want to go for it? And we all know what he said. Because he don't really got a mind of his own. He need to be coached. Like, he's not no leader. I think his brother is more of a leader than he is, to be honest. But at the same time, this is somebody whose generation, who came up basically off of nepotism. So we all know what nepotism is. It ain't about what you know, it's who you know. And I think that been passed down because you notice, even if players ain't good or talented, if he like them as a person, he's going to play them and do what's best in that regards. Not what's best for business. We see that. I'm speaking facts right now. At the same time, John Harbaugh is over there on the Giants. If Alele was so good, why he ain't take him with him? This dude is still out, unsigned. Because the league know this dude is bad. He would have been signed already. Just like the whole league should know John Harbaugh is a bad coach. Ain't nothing good about him. Nothing. Like I said, I could make a whole video of his mess-ups. Obvious mess-ups that could have been easily avoided. He just do things backwards. This dude, listen, back to the nepotism thing. I think his dad or whoever met somebody and they told him, like, look, your boys, John and Jim